He's not long got dressed.
Oh, Grandad.
He got my top on.
What? He's got your top on?
Yeah, but I couldn't get my bra on.
Oh, stop.
This is my granddad Tom. 15 years ago, on the 8th of February 2006, he was involved in a detrimental workplace accident that changed his life and our family's lives in a matter of seconds. He was struck in the head with either the forks of a forklift or a heavy object that fell from the forklift, leaving him with a brain injury. Before his injury, my granddad was described as a happy-go-lucky, charming, very fit and polite man who lived and breathed sport. However, talking to my granddad now, it would be impossible to think you were talking about the same man.
Sorry. I wasn't born. I think it was about 4 years after, because I'm 11 now and it was been 15 years. I think nearly 16, I'm not sure. I'm in year 6 now. And, we had to write a story and I was like, why don't I do it about my granddad? I said that he has a head injury. He had to learn how to do things, again, like walking, brushing his teeth, just everyday things. And when he went to hospital, how he died and then came back to life. How my granddad is now. He is nice at 1 minute and mean the other. And I call him Grumpty because he is grumpy. Whenever I'm with my granddad, he just puts a smile on my face and, we just have a laugh. Grumpty is nice to Grandma, but he calls her the old crow and some other things, very mean ones, but hopefully he doesn't mean it. Obviously he can't control what he says. They argue and Grandma just doesn't get the fact that he has had a head injury and it's just actually really upsetting. What I would love to happen if this head injury never happened, because I don't know what it would be like if he was normal like that.
Put that snake back.
Cooper and Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, the factory.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he always used to come up to me, and I used to say, go away, I don't like you. In any case, it was break time, so I decided to have a walk out up the lane, and blow me, he was following me. And he said, will you go out with me? So I says, no, I don't like you. In any case, he kept following me, just got hold of me and kissed me, and that's it.
He was so romantic.
And now I look at him. Oh, dear.
Grandma.
Yeah.
At 10:15am on the 8th of February 2006, he arrived at the Queen's Medical Centre in Nottingham by ambulance. Here he was assessed under the Glasgow Coma Scale. His initial score was 3 out of 15. In comparison to the normal score, which should be 15 out of 15, this left him with a much higher risk of having a severe head injury, resulting in long-term impairments in his cognition, physical skills, emotional and behavioural functioning.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I need some help. Yeah, you're just the person I want for help. Can you water them?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, proper water,
Well, what do you mean proper water?
not tap water, proper water.
What, from the... Oh, stop it!
However, when assessed again in the hospital, he had improved to 9 out of 15, meaning that he had become responsive but was in an agitated state, this being a huge red flag for a severe head injury. Therefore, it was decided that he'd be placed in an induced coma to settle him, where he remained until the 10th of February 2006.
You, Grandad.
I think it might be John Richardson.
No, Grandad, that's you.
Who is it?
Have you got your hearing aids in?
No,
Why not?
I don't want to hear too much.
No, you need to put your hearing aids in.
Yeah, I'll get somebody like you come. And the old crow come.
Stop it.
On examination, he had sustained severe fractures to his first cervical vertebra, C1, a fracture on the interior. This being a vital role for the support of the skull and spinal cord, and provides attachment points for several muscles in the neck.
Putting your shoes on.
I've just took them off.
Right, you need to put them back on then, don't you? Do you need help?
He was sedated and once stabilised underwent a CT scan that initially reported that he had right frontal tissue damage, also known as cerebral edema. Cerebral edema can restrict the blood flow, and because blood carries oxygen, which the brain requires to function, any lack of this could cause the brain cells to die. He also had a decompressed skull fracture on the right frontal lobe. This is when the bone of the skull is folded inwards, as well as a moderate subdural hematoma that places pressure on the brain. Due to the extent of my granddad's injuries, he had to have a bicranial flap. This is where they expose the front of the skull, along with a right frontal craniotomy.
Do you ever get pain in your head?
What do you call it? The pipe.
Yeah,
To breathe. Is it there?
Yeah.
On the 16th of February 2006, his Glasgow coma score was still 3 out of 15, and our family was informed that Tom may never regain consciousness. Miraculously, on the 30th of March 2006, he was discharged from the QMC to Linden Lodge, a specialist rehabilitation centre. One of the more severe complications from my granddad's head injury was the change in his personality.
Brain injury.
For your head, isn't it?
Yeah. I got hit with a forklift. That was 15 years ago.
It was.
During his stay at Linden Lodge, he was found to be over-talkative, verbally aggressive and overly sexual in public, displaying inappropriate behaviour. This is something that is still very present in him now, and is one of the hardest things that my grandma, his wife and our family must deal with. As I was so young when his head injury occurred, this is the only way that I know him. We have all been told by the doctors that we must be firm while talking to him, especially if he's being inappropriate. It may seem that me and my granddad have quite an unbalanced relationship, and you may see me telling him off a lot. However, this is the way that I have to be to make sure that nothing inappropriate is said and that he does get told something is not right. Although my granddad can be really difficult to deal with sometimes, as a family we've all said that we would much rather him be here with us with a brain injury than him not here at all.
You're crazy. Look at you. You look
What
like.
are you after now?
I'm getting. Because you really could have died, couldn't you?
Yeah. I could have been up Wilford Hill waiting for one or two more come. A bloody bigger mouth and ball mouth. Pulling the trousers, I don't know where she's been. I'll put this in you,
Oh! Don't dare.
lock you up, and that'll be it. You couldn't use your hands again.
Oh, stop it.
What, so you can't now?
Stop it.